Waders, or wading birds, are a group of birds that we find in wet areas. They've got long legs and use their bills to probe in soft mud for invertebrates. This video is a simple guide to identifying 5 common waders breeding on Inbye land in Shetland: curlew, lapwing, redshank, snipe and oystercatcher. We will show you how to recognise them if you see or hear them out in the field. The curlew, or whaup, is the largest wader that we find in Europe. Its most recognisable feature is its long, down-curved bill that it used to probe deep in the wet ground for invertebrates. Its plumage is streaked brown and it has long grey legs. The curlew favours rough pasture with tall, tussocky sward for nesting. In flight, the curlew has a slow wing beat, a bit like a gull. Its belly and back are white. Another characteristic of the curlew is its evocative bubbling call. The lapwing, or peewit, is slightly smaller than the curlew. It's the most colourful of the Inbye waders, with a dark green and purple iridescent back and wings. The breast is white, and it has a brown-orange patch under the tail. Its bill is short and dark, and legs are pink. Its most distinctive feature is its long crest. The lapwing is found in lightly grazed grassland with short sward and shallow pools. In the air, the lapwing appears black and white. The wings are rounded and the wing beat is slow. They have an acrobatic display flight and can be seen rolling and diving down. The peewit name comes from its call. The redshank is a medium-sized bird, slightly smaller than the lapwing. It is most recognisable by its long bright red legs. It has a speckled brown back and wings and paler streaked belly. Its bill is a medium length and its base is also red. The redshank is a wary bird, often seen standing nervously on a fence post and bobbing its tail. Its nickname, Sentinel of the Marshes, comes from its alertness. It'll be the first bird to react to any sign of danger. It seeks a mosaic of tall, tussocky vegetation for nesting and short wet grassland and shallow pools for feeding. In flight, the redshank shows white edges on its wings and a white patch on its back. The redshank is a noisy bird with loud, fluty, whistled calls. The snipe, or horsecock, is a medium-sized, chunky bird with short legs and a long, straight bill. It has a striped brown back and head and is pale underneath. It's a shy bird and not often seen in the open. The snipe nests in tall tussocks in damp grassland and feeds in wet areas like drains and pools close to its nest. In flight, the snipe creates a drumming sound, often heard early in the morning or at dusk in the spring. It produces that sound by vibrating air through the outer tail feather as the bird drops down. This is the snipe's display flight. When flushed, it will fly up in a zigzag. Besides its distinctive drumming sound, the snipe calls with a chipping sound, sometimes perched on a fence post. The oyster catcher, or shelder, is a large, fairly stocky black and white bird. It has a straight orange-red bill and pinkish-red legs. In flight, it shows a wide white wing stripe and a white belly. The shelder nests in wet grassland with short vegetation or in bare or rocky areas. It feeds mainly on earthworms. The shelder's pipe and call is a familiar sound in spring. There is lots of information online if you want to know more about these birds. These websites are a good starting place.